Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this week's Plight of Princes. Missed out last week due to a few people not being here, and then some people saying, I like sleep, so no. And then we decided not to let the
I
session
do
go
like
ahead.
sleep.
You do
Sleep
like
is
sleep.
good.
Everyone likes
Can
sleep.
recommend.
Sleep is good.
Like to try it sometime.
10 out of 10 can recommend. But it's like a restaurant, you just don't get the portions enough.
Oof.
So, let's see, I have 7 people. 2, 3. Curls, what happened last week? Well, last session.
Oh, thank God.
Are you even here, Curls?
I'll offer to take it if you're not feeling up to it.
Huh? What?
Recap!
What a time for my audio to cut.
Who? What?
Like,
Ah!
Production values!
My name. I was like, huh?
You've
Oh,
been
shit,
you've been
fuck.
you've been chosen for the recap.
Fuck shit. Oh fuck. Blue, take it.
Okay.
Oh,
I have not read my notes back.
Right.
You're okay.
you're good.
I mean, my notes aren't any better because the first thing I have written down is covalent bonding.
Oh god.
Which is,
None
a
of them
is,
are
which is a chemistry joke that I'm not re-explaining, so if you want to understand what the relevance of covalent bonding is, then you're going to have to watch the last session on YouTube. But,
I
yeah.
can read my catch-up tweet.
But yeah, so, we're in, Port Last. We had a bit of a fight with a very weird thing that was very creepy that none of us liked at all, but we dealt with it just. So now we're like having a well-deserved rest in town, and Loyalty and Chaos do what they do best and start up a bit of a performance and get the crowd going, which is awesome. Serenus tries to join in a poker game, but the people there don't want him to play, so go off, I guess. A very battered high elf walks in, who is the apparent gladiator to the fishmonger, because that is the name of the tavern we're in, the gladiator and fishmonger. And then later on in the evening, a blonde-haired human girl comes in with a blue cloak and sits by the group. Notably, she has sort of slit-like serpentine eyes, which is very strange, and introduces herself as Lucretia, and all of the Adventure Zone fans get fucking whiplash. I'm sorry.
I just googled names.
King offers to have a bit of a game of chess with her, and we pass what is a pleasant evening, despite the ruckus going on in the background, which at some point involves a dancing bear, but it's fine. We're keeping an eye on it.
I got paid.
You got paid a lot. Serenus earned like 40 gold from performing in the bar as a bear. And while he was doing that, adventure was happening elsewhere. The door gets kicked down and a bunch of guards pour in, along with the Baron of the town looking for his daughter, and we're all like, okay, let's just keep this to ourselves. But then eventually we're like, hey, you need to go back home. So we escort Lucretia back home and just chat with her a little bit about her and her dad and how she's very closeted, and King is being the maximum of lawful and is like, but is he your actual father? Do you have birth papers? Which I think that King is planning to go look up later this session. But we get
What do
back
you mean? Are you implying my character's lawful? You don't know that.
Your character is exact.
But
Anyway,
yeah. When we go return her to her home, the Dragonborn butler answers the door, and he seems very sweet and is genuinely very caring about the girl, so that was a nice moment. And yeah, as we head back to the tavern, there's a bit of a commotion in the street. There's like 3 people beating someone up, and we're just like, hey, don't do that, so the people run off, and Kayak tries to fly after them to see where they're going, and he gets shot with 2 crossbow bolts, which really fuck him up, and then he tries to like remove himself, which makes it worse, and then we're like, shit, we left the cleric to look after the druid. So then it's a mad dash to get back to the tavern to try and get Kayak healed because he's just took a fuck ton of damage and is bleeding out. But thankfully, Runara is able to like get rid of the poison and cure the wounds, and we had some NPCs turn up and help us as well. And
That girl is on fire.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
mind.
always thank your cleric. So yeah, very grateful for that. And Kayak is now bedridden, and Kika is a mess, and everyone else is Wittick has gone into Big Brother mode.
Merowyn, honestly, that is just yeah, cry.
And yeah, that's where we left off. So it looks like
Oh, fuck, we
our
left
journey
here,
north has been sort of delayed for a bit. But I don't know what the hell's going to happen now, because fuck.
I mean,
And as
5
fuck
out of
is
7.
uttered,
5 out of 7 from IGN. It's missing brothels, personally. Hey, Wittick, hey? Brothels, remember? Remember?
I'm smarter than you.
So then, you eventually, those who weren't intoxicated, pull yourselves up at a reasonable hour. Whilst you did stay up late, even the people who were, like the earliest I think someone might be up is about 10 o'clock. By all counts, everyone gets up to one form or another. Some go downstairs for food, and there is a small, it's not a large platters that are left, but it seems like there's people who were here early, ate early, and ate a lot early. So there are still some. There's enough for just about some of you guys. So you have the advantage of having someone who doesn't need to eat and somebody who needs to eat like a quarter of what a normal person has to eat. So swings around about. As you guys are in your respective rooms doing your preparations for the day, who is in care?
Kika, obviously.
Yeah.
And
Kika and is
I think
Wittick in the
Wittick
room?
said you were going to keep us company?
Yeah.
Or are you going to go do your own thing?
No, I don't have really anything rather.
Don't need to eat, don't need to sleep!
So, as you can just hear the rains begin trudging from outside, you can just like hear that stuff pattering against the windows. As you're there, and Kika, you slept probably one of the rougher nights that you've ever slept, and you wince yourself up awake, looking about, and Carrick is just like rolled over onto his side as he was asleep. But he's definitely not getting up for a while still.
Kika would just kind of like go over and not disturb him, but try and just like glance around and like see how like the dressings and things are. Has he got any water, things like that?
You guys more or less got taken care of for stuff like water, but he will need a resupply. And his bandages probably could do with at least a fresh dressing, considering the heavy bleeding is gone now. Now it's just proper cleaning and treatment.
Mm-hmm. Wittick,
Yes.
do you think you could go get Renara to maybe help with Kayak?
Yes, I can.
I don't
Oh.
I don't want to go just yet.
Fine.
Thank you.
I'll go downstairs and grab Runar then.
And I just sit and wait.
As the door closes with
I'm-
it gone, Kika, you just hear, is he gone? He just like, very, very like raspily says the words, is he gone?
Yeah.
Last night, did I do?
No, you're okay. You're alright.
And he just like lowers his head back down onto the pillow. And he's out. Wittick, Doom, doom, doom. Are you up yet, Runara?
Yeah, I'll be getting up at a normal time, getting some breakfast. I'll probably be downstairs.
Yeah.
I'll be taking my breakfast on the go. I'm going straight to the registry or whatever equivalent.
Wow. Okay.
Going to the town hall.
For the sake of ease,
Yep.
because I know how long this could actually be role played out, and there's other stuff that I do want to happen in this session, make a persuasion check and make an investigation check. 1d6 determines.
Well, I do have the King's Seal, although I don't have the authority to.
You absolutely
necessarily-
don't have the authority, which
I
is
will
the important
express
part.
that. That's what I'm saying. I would express that to the person.
So,
Just know,
persuasion
and you are
and then
more than welcome
investigation.
to summon the Lord of the Town to check this persuasion.
Sorry.
now make an investigation check. It seems more just a case of as you begin like looking or reading for a registry, you find that while there is a registry for nobles in the town, the registry is somewhat kept under lock and key. However, whilst you explain why you're looking for one, they inform you that whilst you cannot go look at them yourself, and the Lord cannot be summoned by somebody who is not, of standing themselves, like you've no authority to call on him to do this. The clergyman, like the clerk, basically just says that they can vouch for the fact that that is indeed her daughter, but it is none of your business, and that you are to not ask any more questions.
I am worried that this will have matters in the war, especially if she's protected for. Well, it matters not. Very well, good day.
So Runara, you're having your breakfast, and as you are, down comes 2 tons of Wittig.
Excuse me. 300 pounds. I'm not 2 ton.
Dong.
Yeah, it's more of a dunk. Thanks.
RoboCop. RoboPaladin.
I do declare, I am not a dog. I am a dunk.
I mean, I just feel like when he's coming down these stairs, you hear the Terminator sound, just do 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 do.
Oh, no, I mean, really, what you hear is the wood going as it goes. Please no.
God's why.
But anyway,
Serenus, you can, from your room, hear everything that's going on, and everything is like, shut up. You got nothing hangover.
Where?
You have the light coming in. You're out for at least another hour or two of just like, I have to focus on surviving, and then I can get up. So you're out for a bit. But you do have a bag of 50 gold on your chest.
Alas, Slayer.
You have a John Mulaney moment of, I don't know what services I've provided.
I'll deal with it later.
Goods and all services for this money.
I'll
There
deal
you
with it
go.
later. More
Count
sleep.
back out. Wait,
Luna. Blah, blah.
bleh!
Hey! Fucking,
Want to suck your oil?
my fucking brain just died on me. Luna, would you be able to
Flatline,
come
hang on.
and
Click. There we go.
come and check on fuck again, brain.
Wow,
fucking died.
Naren, are you okay?
Fucking carrot. Jesus.
Who has
It's
the
been a
brain
while.
cell blown up?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll come.
Fucking still,
I'll
I'm still booting
No
up.
comment.
Sorry.
No
I didn't
comment.
I didn't think you could get drunk with it. Are you feeling okay?
Booting up process. It's
Got it. I understand.
eh.
Did you see Blue last night? Bit of a blue screen.
No, not a blue screen. That's more when my time comes, I think.
Oh, got it.
What does a blue screen even mean in the context of D&D?
It's a curse spell. It's a curse spell.
Yeah. All I see whenever I look out is the deafness and blindness is a blue screen death.
Blindness.
Yeah.
Just
Yes, or
blue.
the blessed service of death.
I'll grab, I'll grab a bit of food and some water and bring it up as well for Carrick.
So you come into the room if you want to. Lodi, you see, but make a medicine check just to tidy up his band.
Hang on. Nobody's actually come and checked on me because I think at the last session I said that I was going into the room next to KX. And
Well, you could hear this happening. You could be getting up whenever you like.
Yeah. So yeah, Lo will probably be fretting exactly. So
I will say though, as you wake up, I'm just gonna message you something.
okay.
Oh, secrets.
Secrets. Medicine check, yeah.
Oh yeah, for
Medicine.
okay.
That's for Renara.
Krauser. Yeah, for Renara.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
for you.
Guidance. That's a 19.
That's a really good medicine check. So you very, very carefully remove because there's wrappings around him, but also wrappings that go up around the shoulder. Because one of the bolts went into just below the bones of the shoulder, down into that joint area, and another one was down into the gut. So you remove both bandages, you take off everything, and they are very heavily covered in blood, and there is a very slight blackness to both places, underneath his feathers, which you can notice just because of his very bright colored complexion compared to this. Well, with the feathers, with all the glittery sparklies. And you very, very deftly reapply new bandages. And you basically just get him up onto his side for it. There's some slight grunts of disapproval, but that's the same with anyone who's I'm a patient who's trying to sleep. Why are you doing this?
While checking him over, do I feel like the poison's out? Or do I feel like I need to pump any more magic into this? Or is he going to be okay with time, do I think?
With that good of a medicine check, I'll say make a nature check just for the poison.
I got guidance.
A
Oh
minus
wow,
one.
that is a stark difference in modifiers. Good god.
It is an 18 though. So it's about the same.
Well, even then, I have lay hands available to where I can also pump it.
True that.
What you find is that whilst the poison itself has been removed, its effects on his body are still lingering. It was a poison that was powerful and got stuck into him for a while. So, what you do know about this kind of particular poison is that it's one that needs to be treated very quickly, or else it'll have to be a situation like what happened to him last night, where it is a long process of recovery and actual operation to tend to. But if the poison, whilst it does have a very evident initial shock, if it's treated quickly enough, you think this could be prevented. This is the equivalent of letting a burn linger for a while, if that makes sense, onto someone's body before treating them.
Yep.
So you can tell there's definitely some damage to him that is going to be a slower recovery.
But it's just time. Time will heal.
Time will heal.
It's
Okay.
anxious bird noises in the background.
It's okay, Kika. He'll be fine. He just needs time.
I'm so glad my push tuck wasn't down there. Jesus Christ, Mom.
Time and rest.
Belch. I heard the kitchen.
Lo is particularly more wiry than usual. Sort of, it's coming across as distress in that the fact that his work buddy is really, really distressed. is really unwell. But there's something more to it. He's sort of looking very shifty. Just kind of
On
eager
edge.
to on edge, eager to leave almost.
Right. What's the plan for today, guys? Keek, I'm assuming you want to stay here with.
Yeah, I'm staying here.
Yeah.
If you
I figured.
if you guys want to go do stuff, then go do that. I'm
we need
gonna
to-
stay with my brother.
We need to go check in with. Who was it about getting something to take to like?
We needed to go check the market.
Yes, that's the one. So we head down there then.
Yeah.
Look, I kind of want to stay with my buddy, but I think we've got to move. We've got to move. We've got to move.
Kayak can't move.
I didn't say that Kayak was going to move. I mean, I want to stay here and help my bud, but.
We can take a little bit of time to stay in town just to check, just while a day or two maybe, just in case he gets well enough to get on the move. If not, then we'll talk about that at the time. But we're okay to stay here for now. We've got some things to do around town.
Cool.
An insight check that.
Sure, go ahead. Insight check the very obvious. Cool. Go.
Nah, I'm good. I'm panicking about my brother, so I'm not in the good frame of mind either. We're both there, just like cool. No, cool.
I kind of wish I had calm emotion, but that's
Go ahead.
kind of thing.
Insight check him. Krauser, that was an insight
Oh.
check for you, buddy.
Oh, was it for me?
You asked for one. You get to do it.
What am I rolling back?
Get an inside check, and you get an inside check.
No, I'm only gonna let two happen.
What are you trying? I don't know what to roll. Like I don't know what you're trying to
Insight.
ascertain.
Insight for
Just based on my, he'll be fine after a couple of days to move.
No, and the fact
No,
that
for
loyalty is very clearly not.
I thought
happy
you were
at the
asking.
moment.
Yeah, I thought you were asking to make an insight check.
I wasn't.
No, I
Oh,
asked
sorry.
and I rolled.
Ah, fair enough. All right, then fine.
Cool.
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 Cool. Well, this has been a good morning. I'm gonna go back upstairs. Bye.
Sorry, Posey, what was that?
He's kind of been sitting on the edges of the group, kind of listening, and just kind of goes, I think I might be with loyalty on this one. I mean, are we? I don't entirely understand what happened, but are we safe here? Are we safe leaving Kaok here?
I'm not leaving Kayak.
Oh, I'm not saying that.
Well, let's think.
Just eyes open, okay? Oh, just eyes open.
We can have a look around town and try and find out who did this and try and make sure that Karek's safe.
I mean, that's a very active response, but yeah, I suppose. But if
I mean, do you not want to make sure Karek's safe?
yeah, but that's why I'm worried about all of us going out.
Well, we're not all going to go out.
I'm staying here.
We splitting half and half then?
I mean, if people want to stay, they can stay. But we can pick up some supplies. We have some things to do around town that we can do.
I agree. I don't know. It doesn't sound like this was just entry level kind of violence. Is all.
What actually happened? Did you
Well,
say?
well, there's
know,
that.
what's that?
There's that, and then there's other people. Yeah, other people too.
Oh, make an intelligence check for me real quick. I just want to get a check off you.
And other very vague checks. What does that mean?
I would say not a check, but
It'll be the same.
It's the closest thing I could see with had intelligence at the time.
button.
Eh,
Press the button.
Yeah. Okay, what we are learning is not only does Renara have the brain cell, but Kay has the brain cell in real life right now.
How long have we been playing D&D?
No,
What day is it?
This is just the dyspraxia talking. Don't worry about it.
Aw.
Blah, blah, blah.
So,
Look, I'll be right back. Right back. Okay. Eyes open. Stay away from the light. Just don't do that.
No helping.
you half trip yourself as you step up the stairs as you go.
That shit.
I said half, not full.
I know, but still.
I just feel like this is like the bartender is just like, I said you only slip halfway. You're like, I know! Anyway, so our portion of you going to go. Is he ever?
I don't know at what point I return.
You'll be back. I'll say you'll be back around the same time that
this is very.
Ollie will be getting up, which will still be a bit. Like maybe another 30 minutes.
What I will say is that you'll hear a lot of banging and crashing, sort of slamming of drawers, just being sort of very frantic tidying up as if Lowe's trying to, as if he knows his mum is going to come in at any second. and then just comes back, greases the hair back, and okay, what are we doing? Okay, what's the plan? Market, yeah?
Market. Find out any transport jobs. Then maybe have a look around, see what we can find out about whoever did this to Carrot.
Okay, so you're staying here to look after Kate, because I'm up for going into town.
I'm staying.
Anyone else? I'm worried about.
They should be fine.
Okay, and I think. And anyway, you should be okay.
I'll be alright. You don't have to stay. We're just gonna stay here.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, they'll be in the inn. Plus, if anybody's going to come in and cause a row, there's two very capable people that are here.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. And
as
if you
in
need
the
us,
owners.
if you need us, just make some sort of loud noise or send a signal somehow. I don't know.
I know just the thing. All right, I know just the thing. It's all right. Maybe Kaya can explain to you. It's a sort of little weird call thing that we do. That like the last time we went.
Kate's unconscious.
Yeah, but maybe it'll help bring him back. Yeah, you know.
Or-
he just needs rest.
Hello. Shut up.
See, he's doing fine.
All right.
Or
Make
if you need
some
us,
make some sort of big noise or loud signal,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll get in contact. Let's go, and I'll just lead Laura out of the room.
or if you need us, my master gave me one of these. And I'll pull out one of the whistles that We had this party.
Kika reaches inside her armor and pulls out the exact same thing. There you go.
Yeah.
Legacy lives on.
It's part of my. It was part of my starting equipment.
Yep. So,
Whose stupid idea with those whistles?
Who gave a bird whistle? She doesn't have lip.
it's magically attuned.
That one actually is.
Mine isn't. It's just a fucking whistle that I can't even actually probably use as a robot. Or I can't.
It's one of those
Just-
things of like your like mouth that closes up all around it, and it's literally just inhale.
You've got
Out
an
and-
AC unit.
Yeah. It's like
Hold on, I gotta turn on the bellows.
I was gonna say, does Wittig breathe? Has he got any air in his lungs to blow a whistle?
Well, he has to pass air to pass voice, so
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Aarakocra can play the flute, but a lot of them don't because it's very embarrassing because they keep their beak shut and they put it in one of their nostrils.
Wittig,
Okay.
I kept
Eh.
feeling bad, like you were trying to describe the fact that you were made of a set of bagpipes.
Oh no! You see, it's for me to pass. I don't know. I didn't know you guys didn't notice that I'm winding a crank right here to actually get the air to go through.
mini pair of bellows.
Yeah.
I was just sort of sitting here thinking to myself, like, just when he's bored, like.
Just playing a fucking kazoo. Yeah.
Spice up your panic attack with a harmonica.
Right.
What?
Who is coming with me into town to the market?
Well,
Me. I'm coming.
Right. Wittig, you in?
Yes.
Should we check on Serenus? It's probably going to be very hungover. It might be.
Yeah.
Probably best we leave him, if I'm honest.
Whoa. Okay.
Mainly because he's probably hungover, and also he can be helpful in some situations.
But what's
Conversation,
wrong?
yeah,
Mhm,
or
mhm.
just coming out of being drunk.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, probably a good shout.
Faith in my party.
There's a reason.
I feel loved.
Aww.
I guess the rest of us will head to the market.
Well. He's one of these druid types, right? I mean, don't they have like herbal medicine and shit? I mean,
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Turns into
My
a bear
Discord
a lot.
blipped then for a minute.
oh, I love
Yeah,
that
so
for me
do I.
when
Same
everything
for me as
disconnects.
well, yeah.
We switched to US East.
Sorry, that was me. I thought it was just for me. That was-
I mean, to be fair, everybody's camera quality seems to have increased, so.
Oh.
Work
I,
that
I,
one
Yeah,
out.
that was the
I-
main reason why I was
I-
doing it. I was like,
I now cannot see Das at all.
Everything looks fine my end.
always
That's
here.
even better.
I'll
actually.
reconnect because this happened last time for me. Hang on,
Yeah.
I'll just reconnect.
Ah, no, my
funny.
camera
Yeah.
layout. Ah! Oh, there you go.
Everyone's actually got better. That's quite cool.
Yeah, everybody's higher
Technical
quality now.
difficulties, Twitch. Technical difficulties. We're all good.
technical difficulty.
Oh, and we're back to how we were
There we go.
before.
God damn
Oh
it.
well.
It's
Just
fine.
don't-
It's me, I'm bringing it down.
That's right.
Damn it, Kel's always got to lower the tone.
Ah, that's what I'm here for.
You're good.
And
You're
bless
good.
you for being here.
The Eldritch
So.
takes a lot out of the broadband connection.
Sorry.
Ooh, ice cream.
I've never seen someone do a 180 that quickly.
Ooh, ice cream.
I run campaigns for these people. I have actively chosen to let them
Five
join
years.
my games.
Love you, honey.
We had a happy
My
ending.
hairline used to be out here. Now it's back here.
Yes.
Love you.
Love you too. So, make your respective investigation checks when in the market, because when you get to the market, there's a light drizzle. It's one of those ones where it's, it fades every while and then maybe comes back for 2 or 3 minutes, fades again. It's just because of the heavy clouds that are coming in over the sea right
Wait a minute, I get a +3 on that.
I accidentally whispered it, but it's there.
Welcome back. you whispered
Wow,
it,
y'all
but it
can't
was...
roll, huh?
Fucking.
Yeah, no.
That +3 is how Jack of Many Trades works, isn't it? Just so that I'm checking.
Yeah. It would be just like 19 instead. So it's a 19, a 16, and I've just got to do one thing quick.
I got a natural 20.
Oh,
Counteract
sick.
my natural 1/0.
It's,
Even flex because I whispered it by fucking accident. Ah,
Weird flex, but okay.
Pick so it didn't happen. This way now Snapchats me a picture of the chap.
and reveal my abysmal investigation modifier. Never.
so, as
What's
you
the
guys
one?
are looking about, there aren't that many active caravans currently. There are a few small shops that are set up in stalls. What you do see is, as you're coming towards it, and I'll say the more or less the market area for you guys is over here. This market area here, where all these little tents are and the well.
So, boop. Hang on, I'm in a tent. Ah, okay.
I will kind of, as we're in the kind of market square bit, just kind of put a hand on Runara's arm and just kind of point out this cart in the corner, and just kind of go. I recognise them from Neverwinter. I think they're a good person to work for.
You guys just all hear a, and you just see like stomping near the caravan, a fucking triceratops.
Oh my god!
Wait,
It all comes
the fucking
together.
Triceratops from Legends and Myth?
It is a fucking triceratops.
Does it have a beret?
It does not have a beret.
I'm now kind of pissed that we didn't bring Ollie.
Oh, it's a beast!
No.
It's good. It's good that Ollie can't wild shape into this. It's the best.
Yeah, sure.
It's for the best.
Gonna
Trust,
go.
Especially at whatever what level we need to be.
trust
Oh,
me,
God.
it's for the best, and it'll be a while anyway before you can turn
Yeah,
into one
I know.
because they're a beast.
My brain goes bull in a china shop, but 10 times worse.
But what you see is that it's docile. It's just like munching on something like a large, more or less like a feeding trough has been set up for it, and there is a cart that has had its cover over been pulled out, and it's gotten support onto two stakes for a shop, and you just see a hunched over figure, and this is the one that Posey was pointing out. They're covered in bandages all over their body. Their eyes are this kind of like slightly glinted red underneath, and they don't have their hood up currently, but their neck is bandaged, their head is bandaged. Pretty much the only equivalent I have is like Hush from Batman, in that he's just covered in bandages all over with a heavy jacket. The bandages are clean, and the clean white, and the jacket is like this heavy, thick brown jacket. And you can just see knickknacks and small things are just like spread out all across this, as he's just seems just to be idly just playing with something. You just see a small like idol that he has just like floating in the air about him as he's just twirling it with his fingers. Aside from the obvious buttock, there are Like,
At
how
least
can
he's
I
honest.
know?
Hey,
I mean,
hey,
at
there's
this point,
nothing
you
wrong
might
with
as well.
it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's a reason quest givers in WoW have a giant exclamation mark above their head.
Yeah, I guess we approach this guy. I assume this is
What about the guy 2 stalls down?
I see that guy over there looks very ordinary. Let's go.
I want to speak to Meemorph the Goblin.
Yeah.
My name is Jeff. My name is Jeff.
Really,
Look at my
TF?
stall, I sell fish.
One
Would you like
pound
a
fish,
fish?
very very good. 1 pound fish, very very
I
fresh.
don't have a 3-pound fish.
One
I have
goldfish.
5-pound
One
fish.
goldfish.
We have problem though that many of our fish are and he just like looks in one of the barrels that there's actually a plot for this guy.
Oh, sweet. Yes.
One of the barrels he has is actually like full of rotten fish, and you can smell it. It's like that fish, bad fish, but don't worry, these are clean fish. I've made very good sure to make sure all these fish are clean. But that I'm going to have to throw that out at some point. That bad fish, not used. But these are good fish. I'm trying really hard to make sure I get the good fish, and you can tell his stall is used like it's one of those like setups where you can tell you'd set up a lot of like fish or a lot of meats onto the platter for someone to examine or onto a hook, and there's a lot of empty spaces where he's just not put stuff up. That's just not been good enough.
Just gonna bypass that there. And go
No,
to
but
the-
what about the fish subplot?
And we'll go to
Come back to
the.
me.
Guys, he smells fishy to me.
Hey!
Oh god, I let my girlfriend play the board, so I can't punish her.
Right.
I guess we approach Mr. Plothook.
As you guys begin approaching your motley crew, you can just see like the Triceratops has plopped itself down close to the actual cart, and you can tell that there's an actual frame set up onto the cart that looks like it's big enough to actually be pulled by the Triceratops. And
I go over and pat the Triceratops.
Stop, babe! Just be polite to him, for goodness sake.
Interesting.
Greetings, my friends. Welcome to my humble shop. What can I get for you?
We'll just have a look around at the moment. Have you got anything interesting? Or well, I mean, it's all interesting. But anything?
Everything I have is interesting, my beautiful young friend. And you can just tell he's just waving the arms. At the moment you come up, it's like acting time. So then,
Right.
I have multiple small knickknacks and little trinkets and tools. Most of this I have brought from an exotic country to the far south that I am bringing to here. And I have a proposition, but first we go to the business. I have potions and poisons. I have many different unique toxins and tonics. I have small magical items, some that they're not exactly going to destroy the world, but a few fun little tools, for example. And he just like pulls out a wand that's got like a little moon, like almost like that, like just like a moon's kind of crescent to the very top of it, which is like this gleaming white. It's almost like it's some sort of pearl that's at it. Who would like an example? He points at you, Widdick. Make a charisma saving throw.
Shit.
You guys watch as Widdick is just like the stone-faced Warforged. You can't stop smiling.
Oh, I see what this is.
It's just like all of it just hinged back at the highest it can be, and it's just
Huh.
you can't stop for another 5 minutes. Sometimes you just need to have a little bit of a joke, a little bit of a prank. That's one of my favorite smaller tools. I've got other things, but it
I pull out a
depends.
small screwdriver.
As you begin like lowering it down, immediately back up. They tighten back up. It's going to last for about 5 minutes, my friend.
Interesting.
I mean, you raised your hand, you volunteered. That's what you get.
Eh.
When the random merchant just says, "Here, eat this," you don't just eat it. You ask first. You didn't ask anything.
That's,
is a lesson.
that's pretty good advice there, dude.
I mean, I'm a Warforged, so eating doesn't really matter. But magic does.
Yes, magic matters, man.
I mean, it's not that bad of a problem. But.
So, what?
You're fast, right?
I don't believe I've ever had the pleasure. Who are you?
A friend of mine did a job for you a long time ago.
Oh, who is
are
your
you-
friend?
Don't remember, Prosper.
Prosper? I haven't seen him in years. What is the old scamp up to? Oh, I have a story for you, my friend.
Instantly cutting out.
Sorry. He said, how has he been? I haven't seen the scamp in years.
He passed away.
Oh, my heart, my friend. I am so sorry. Oh, no.
Okay.
He was such a good fellow. I owe my life to him. He saved my life once from a gnoll. A gnoll was coming down trying to bite at me. I had a staff up trying to block it, and he got it in the side of the neck. Ruined my bandages, but there.
He always said you were honest.
Tried to be honest, tried to be fair. Oh, he was a good kid. That's a heartbreak. That's a heartbreak. Oh no. I'll drink to him tonight.
Tell me, are you looking for any work now?
Actually, I am, yes. I'm looking for a group of people who could assist me because I need to head up north towards Neverwinter. I have artifacts that I must.
Neverwinter
South.
South.
Neverwinter? Why am I saying Neverwinter? Hang on. No, wait. Am I getting my math?
Rewind.
No, I'm
Trying
not
to go
even
to-
saying Luskin.
Bryn
Bryn Shandar.
Where's the map?
Bryn Shandar. Fuck!
Segue.
It's fine. Carry on.
I
Start
was in
over.
Neverwinter last week.
Google Stalk Coast map.
No, it's fine. I remember now.
I remember.
It's almost as if we're dealing with a character who has a lot of business in a lot of different places and often
No, I've
gets
already said them now.
absent-minded. Yeah, and is often absent-minded as to where each place is.
Yeah. It was just a great idea. It was just like, yes, I need to go north to Neverwinter. You mean south? No, north to this place actually. Right. Okay.
The direction's right, the place is wrong.
Pauses,
you guys are like
pauses for a
joking.
second. Unrolls map. Turns upside down. Ah.
I see my phone.
See, if you guys had given me 5 seconds, I would have actually rolled into that joke. But okay, we'll roll with it. And he's just like pauses, puts his hand onto the desk, and you just see a map pop up, and he looks at it. Mage hands it. Oh, that is the problem. Okay. No, it's Bryn Shandar I need to go to. I knew it was north I had to go to, but clearly I was going the wrong north.
Dude, I get the same problem all the time, especially recently, you know.
Anyway, so I need somebody to help me bring. I have a few things that I've brought back from a ways away. I had a bit of a journey, a bit of a travel, and I need to now get this stuff to the estate of one Artus. He has requested me to bring some of his final wares all the way north for him, which I have agreed to do for a reasonable.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, the place, Blue, yeah?
Yeah. Think of.
It's right up in the Icewind Dale, right near the right up near Frost Giant territory.
Oh, what a
Live.
coinky dink.
It's like just north of the Clothing Vale. Which means
Oh,
going
God.
near Clothing Vale.
Everybody's favourite place.
You don't know that.
So, I'm bringing these wares from Cholk, and I must get to my way northward.
He's from
So-
Shelton.
Mm.
I mean, we are heading nearby that way, I believe.
So,
A few days, yeah, I think we are.
how long are you going to be in town?
We're staying in town for possibly today, maybe tomorrow, depending on
Okay.
Personal things, but
So I tell you what, if you are all willing, and tomorrow you are willing to accompany me, I can pay each of you 150 gold for the journey, and I'll
Just to
pay you at the
clarify.
end of the journey. But what I will give you at the start of the journey as an incentive is I will give you all one small magic item, but only when we begin the journey.
Just to clarify,
I
there is
will-
more of us. There is.
What is your total number?
There's 8 of us, but between you and me, it's probably only going to be 7 making the trip.
Okay,
You're not there.
fuck,
You're
okay,
not
if
there.
there's only 7, there's only 7. If there's 8, there's
fucking
8.
A.
I have enough to compensate a larger portion. I was going to possibly in the next town, or if I met the caravan as it traveled, try to recruit some mercenaries from there. But if I'm going to be getting a small army, well, what is the harm for me?
Most of us are very capable.
The hint of anger in your voice, my young friend, it tells me somebody is what's the common word? Pissed you off.
The word liability comes to mind, but
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
working on it.
pay liabilities.
No.
And he closes one of the tomes.
She's
I'm working
joking.
on it. I'm keeping an eye on them. They're on track.
They'd best be on track, because I don't pay liabilities.
I mean,
With that notion of what you're saying as well, I would sooner pay you the 150 gold each at the start of the journey. I'll pay you 75, and at the end of the journey, I'll pay you 75 again. And for exceptional work, I will present you that magic item to keep an incentive of fuckery away from our business. Because whilst you seem like capable young individuals,
Mm.
you've immediately put me a bit wary, and I'm aware that sometimes one bag egg might ruin the lot. So let's say it is incentive.
no, I mean that deal definitely sound. It's probably a little better to be honest, because then we could pick up some suppliers with the down payment.
Indeed.
And I mean, it's always better doing business with those you have a certain kinship with, shall we say, rather than, as you say, finding some random mercenaries picked off the street. Am I right?
He
I mean,
says, and
technically
I'm
you-
picking random mercenaries off the street.
I was about to say that.
Yes, but random mercenaries who can hold a conversation.
Yes, but you gotta dig yourselves into a hole with your conversation too, my friend.
It's a good deal.
It sounds like a reasonable deal. I tell you what, it sounds like a plan. I will hold off until tomorrow. Hopefully, if you guys return, I will presume that you are ready to go. I'll be ready to go tomorrow morning. If you're not ready to go, then of course I'll have to wait because I'm still hoping to find some people.
Yes. I think we will most likely want to take part. We'll need to obviously speak to our friends.
Mhm.
But I'll get word to you before the end of the day.
Perfect,
Fun.
perfect.
No, I know.
Plus, the name was right.
Foss is my name. Items are my gift.
I know he has trinkets, but he doesn't have any like weaponry of any sort, does he?
Are you asking for weaponry? Because you've not asked for weaponry.
Well, yeah, I was about to, but yeah, basically, I wanted to see if he happened to have things along the two-handed variety.
You're a big boy, and you were generous enough to wave your hand to immediately get smiled. So,
Oh yeah, I'm still smiling.
and it's going to drop in a little bit, like maybe another minute. You watch it goes. What is your preference? You're looking for the big things.
Yeah, more dual wielding type things.
As in, you're wielding 2 weapons, or you're wielding one big fucking weapon.
One big weapon.
Yeah, see, that is the difference. Dual wielding implies you're using 2, not 1.
Yes.
So give me a moment. And he like steps up to the And as he like steps away from the actual stall, the Triceratops eye just like opens up, looking towards you guys.
Interesting.
Lo just stands there and waves nervously.
That's the idea of this is also his pack mule and his guard dog.
Yeah.
I'm a cleric, not a rogue, alright.
You
I'm
are
a-
gay though.
Yeah, even as you know, a wizard, you're still. Oh, hey, what's this? Oh, interesting.
Well, interesting. Pocket.
To be fair, I've never known you play a rogue, but any class you have played has ended up roguish.
Oh, that's an interesting potion.
Any class can be a rogue if you'd play them right.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
You watch as he like reaches through like a bag up onto the actual like card itself, and the card is like wide. It's like maybe like not even what would it be, like almost like 10 foot wide and like 15 foot long.
Damn.
And it's got one of those like pretty much like Oregon Trail kind of like drapes, but that drape has been pulled over his stall as like a bit of shade and cover. And he's just like looking through. Maybe this. And he just like reaches down and just begins pulling. You can tell there's a bit of effort to it. And he just begins lifting a sword and struggling with it as he just like pulls. Like, it's more of a drag as he's like trying to lift it, and you can tell he's pushing the handle to stop it from cutting anything inside. Like, is it heavy, bastard? And he just like slops it down, and he pulls out a 4 foot long greatsword.
Fucking A.
And the thing about the greatsword's design is that it's a beautifully like carved, but you like looking at it and examining it, it's fucking heavy. It's probably weighs like 20 pound abouts of just like steel in that, which is nearly twice as much as a normal. And you're like lifting it up. There's a heft. And and as you're like lifting it, he says, "Sunt." And as he does, and he snaps his fingers, the sword just lights up.
Ooh, fancy sword. It lights up
sword.
like Naren's eyes did.
Now that's a neat trick.
This sword will allow you to, for 1 minute, perform an additional amount of radiant power to your attack. Once you say the word "sunt," it is activated, but you can't switch it off, and you can only use it once.
Okay. Interesting.
Now the sword is not cheap. Probably cost you about 250 gold. But it does have a lot of benefits from being a magical sword. Of course, very hard to break, resistant to a lot of the elements. It'd only be broken by stronger weapons.
Well, that didn't happen.
Maybe if you're lucky, we can buy it at the other end.
Yeah, you'll be bringing it with you, I assume, as part of your. Maybe.
I was gonna say, you guys really not have 250?
No,
No, I'm not taking it out of the party fund. That's why.
I'm
I'm going on my own on this,
really
and I only have 14.
If you open up my character sheet, you will see a big fat 0 in my gold total.
Yeah.
You're also
Maybe
not
so.
here.
Very
Number
good point.
one, we don't have a party fund. Number two,
That
we've
too.
not probably got that much money between us.
Nope.
That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
To be at the stage
try to
where
be
someone can go, that's 1,000 gold, and we go, yeah, sure.
That's not bad, actually.
yeah, it was more. I just wanted to see, get an idea. Just like,
A few weeks ago, somebody said, oh, let's get some health potions. They're 50 gold, and we went, don't really have 50 gold.
yeah.
That's just a proposition for you.
I'm listening.
If we do go ahead with this journey, you could always tie that in as part of the deal. Maybe let him use it as a loner for the completion, and then that's the magic item we get at the end.
But make a persuasion.
Ooh.
Oh, can I guide myself on this? Yeah, sure.
I was
I was
going
gonna
to
say,
get
this is like a
use
very-
mine. I was going to
Very
use
K
mine.
check to
There we
make.
go.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Ooh. When it matters.
A 22.
You can tell like there's a person in here, like in his head. You can just tell there's like the Laura Bailey energy of, good points are being made, but I don't like losing money. I tell you what. At the end of the journey, instead of giving you a magic item, and to forfeit 75 gold of the 150 that you would earn, so you will only earn a total of 75 from me. If you can, at the end of the journey, pay me, depending as well, you could have done something extraordinary on the journey, maybe save my life, those kind of things will add up. We could mark it down that at the end of the journey, you only have to pay 50 gold. But whilst that is a good deal, you can start with that sword when we begin the journey. I will not let you part with it now. I have
No,
I've had bad experiences, and if I see them on the road and I point them out to you, it's like, hey, go kick them in the shins for me.
I mean, it doesn't sound too bad. I mean, Wittick, what do you think? The one sword, or
Sounds like a good deal.
we can I think we go for it, and then obviously the final amount to pay at the end we can finalise based on the deeds we do on the journey.
Indeed, yes.
Hmm.
Because of course, we get encountered by something like, I don't know, a dragon that gets defeated. You might have earned a little bit more if the last thing you drove after me was kobolds.
Well, we'll see.
And of course, there is something to emphasize as well. I am a little bit protected whilst I'm in this city, but bandits and ne'er-do-wells who see me out in the roads and know that I usually travel with goods and really expensive supplies, I'm probably a bit of a, what's the common word for it? Target. So I will be looking for the emphasized assistance, and of course that kind of stuff will be expected of the work, but I'm letting you know to prepare that if a bunch of bandits jump us, you know what it is.
Oh, cool.
So a bodyguard service, I
mean, you're all mercenaries and I'm trying to hire you, so you're kind of fucking bodyguards. That's be it. If I'm not sending you out to go kill something, it's to protect me.
Well, I mean, it sounds very amicable. I think we could. As I say, we'll speak to our friends, and
Okay.
I'll be in contact before.
If you can do that, that would be excellent, my friend. It would be excellent.
I will let you know before the end of the night.
Well, and then I'll place the sword back down.
He's like, could you just do me a favor? Just
Put it right in.
When you look into the card as well, make a perception check.
Ho.
You're looking into his. There's so much shit that. I was like, why does Winnick have that good of a perception? What the?
that's a persuasion.
Because I have a 3 for charisma.
You clicked the wrong skill.
Oh, that's
Yeah, but you rolled a 1.
Yeah, but it's the wrong skill, guys.
It's the wrong skill, but it's still a 1. So I'm gonna say.
Didn't matter either way.
How did you roll worse? How did you roll worse?
With the way that the sun is like glimpsing through the clouds, there's a lot of sparkles off the glittering water because there is a lot of metals in here, and it's literally like the idea of like looking into small Tordengard of there's a lot of sparkles, but I can't identify shit in this because it's all sparkles.
Yeah.
But you do have that moment of us. Wow, my master has this much kit. Like, this is somebody who does a lot of merchant work, and that's a lot of expensive shit. Anyway, you leave down the sword.
I'm dumb.
You're
I
fine.
do not have the brain cell today.
King would have the brain cell, but King's already returned back to the tavern as Serenus
King's
is
absent.
Renara's the one with the brain cell.
Yep.
So, as you guys, are you going to do anything else, or are you okay at that? Gonna go back to
Um,
return to fish.
What I was going to say was, Lo's going to wait until the party moves off, and then approach
Boss.
Fass. What I was going to do is, what honorific do I want to use, sir? Mister? Okay. Lo will approach and trying to channel my best Han Solo, like, so, you say that you're, well-traveled man, I presume?
I have been all the way from the south to the north, my friend. And I have been over the deserts. I've been in the deserts way too long. That's where the sunburn comes from.
And the sand, right, gets everywhere?
Oh, don't talk
Stop.
to me about sand.
Yeah, we don't want him going to the inn again right now. I hate sand.
I wonder if you can help me, dude. Have you seen any, the
Oh, some vagaties. No, I've seen plenty.
Sorry, dude. It's a personal thing.
It's okay, dude.
Any pink roses or any in your, just like
I've seen plenty of pink roses. It's a natural flower. It glows. They're quite pretty. If you have a lover, I recommend getting the one, or him, or them. I don't. We live in a wonderful world where people can just love. It's
yeah,
quite nice.
but they come in bushes, right? But I mean,
Hey, we're not talking about any lovers bushes here. Right?
yeah.
I think you're overstepping the boundary.
I get you. I get you. But just left on their own. As you
Flowers
say,
just left on their own. Usually, you read the poetry of a lover leaving a flower for their beloved when they're asleep, so when they wake up, they get the nice smell, they see the flower, it's reminding them of them, that kind of thing. Aside from that, my friend, you are talking in vagaries of things that I am not chimed into, because there's definitely more there than you're letting on.
Well, thanks for putting up with me, dude.
Meh. You're not the weirdest person I've ever seen. And he just pulls away his lifts up his face bandages, and it's just all scar tissue. It's like, trust me, you look at this in the morning, everyone looks normal.
I put fortune on your pickaxe.
It could be a lot worse there, dude.
Yeah, I could have lost my balls. Anyway, I bid you adieu.
See you later, dude.
Diamonds with extra steps.
As you walk away, you just hear Arabian Night.
Yeah.
I will say, as you guys are there, and as you're walking back, as you pass by this small house here, it's not an actual house, but instead it has the sign of a shop, and it has QVKM, chemicals, supplies, and poultices. And he's actually at the window and just waves at you guys as you're there. Steps out towards the door. Oh, you were the fellows from last night with how is the young fellow? Is he okay?
Oh, he's getting there.
I've been studying that those arrows as well. Boy's lucky, but he's definitely going to be recovering for quite some time.
Yeah, that's our concern.
Sorry, there's a horse flying over there apparently.
Even blue.
That's the Triceratops Stampede.
Ah,
Very unfortunate, but quite lucky to be alive, honestly.
Yeah.
He's I say this sincerely. He's probably going to need to return somewhere to recover. I don't think he's going to be adventuring for a while. Those unless you have a natural healing factor, those things will take a while. And I doubt anyone in this town has something access of enough power to heal him properly.
Low
shit.
sides Runara a little bit, but sort of eyes immediately go boing right back into the center.
Well, have you got anything that might help speed things up?
Oh, I've been trying to mull it over, and I mean, I don't have anything that strong because I haven't had access to anything like Troll's Blood to dilute for a long time. The only thing I could do, and I only say this because I know you know him, but I don't know how well you guys know Gregor. How close would you say you are to him?
Well,
Some of
I
the
guess he's
others
an
know.
uncle.
Some of the others know him a little more than.
The only thing I could do maybe is dilute some of his blood
Is that
because he's got a regenerative factor. But the problem is,
Right.
it's not natural; it's a mutated one. So there's always
100%
risks. There's always risks of mutations.
100% turn Kirk into a werewolf bird.
It
There-
wouldn't do that. Thankfully not. No, because Gregor can't actually spread it. Oddly enough, because he's
Oh,
autistic.
well, that's good.
If you ever knew that about him, he was actually made mostly in a lab.
Oh.
But there is no curse of lycanthropy. It was only genetically spliced in there.
What idiot did that?
Fucking wild.
Oh, goddamn, King.
Who said that? Yeah, I was gonna say, King, you're walking back at this point. Did you see them?
Thank
Because
you.
yeah, I'll let you come back. I would say you would have come across here and you would have seen the Triceratops.
Rah.
I mean,
How was your endeavours been?
oh, good. We were just heading back.
Good, 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 good.
We've got a potential job to go north.
This isn't spawn.
But yeah, I think we're doing good.
I'm
Trying
afraid
to.
I haven't been so lucky. I think I will have to talk to the head of the guards.
Runara, make a perception check for me, please.
Oh.
And Witcher, do you have the
Vague
alert
rolls.
feat?
Vague
I have
rolls.
the observant feat, which means I have a passive wisdom of 15.
Okay, that makes a difference.
Good, good.
I mean, I suppose it was like an
mhm.
impromptu check. I can't guidance myself. My passive is 14, if that helps.
Might have helped, but not.
That's in the past tense.
As you guys are talking, Quentin is just there. Yes, well, the thing is, well, I'm not going to get into too much detail because, of course, this is his personal matter, and I only know this because I've traveled with him a bit.
Packet of crisps.
And you can just see he's like his hair is got this widow's peak, but he's getting very very finely groomed and combed hair. And I actually have a picture for him if you want to see Quentin.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, fine. Actually, you don't get to see that.
Sorry, of course.
Ooh, smart.
Yes.
Yes.
Are they talking at all? Or are they literally just looking at us from...
They have a face mask, and there's only one person.
Okay. I believe it might be best if we go inside. Someone seems to be...
Don't speak anymore and step.
Yeah.
And he just steps out of your way to let you in, and you guys all just meander in, and you can just see that this is part shop, part workshop. There are plenty of potions set up around and vials, things that are containing indescribable parts of other creatures that are in oils or in fluids that are just floating. Um, there's plenty of variety of potions there. You can just see a workshop is set up, and you can just see like there's very very particularly spaced out and very very particularly weighed, and like actually like small scales are there as well. Amounts of different chemicals just lined up right now. I was just in the middle of working on something, but do me a favor.
This is sodium chloride. That's
no fires, please. I need no fires in here right now. So
oh no, just avid learner.
I was going to
Maybe.
say you could spot it just by sight, because you definitely can spot it by smell.
Yes, having a master who likes to test everything on himself because he has basically the knowledge of a 1,000-year-old in the body of a 400-year-old.
Master Roman.
Yes, that's my master.
Eee.
Oh, I know of him. He was
And
he's
also,
made breakthroughs that I have not made in many years, but he's very well known and well regarded, though his methods can be flawed.
Very. Yes.
So that would
The
leave you to
expression?
be the Wittick Reforged then.
Particularly Reforged, yes.
A pleasure. I don't think I managed to catch some of your names, even though
I'll reach my hand out as I'm like, oh yes.
He
Sorry.
extends out his own as well. Like his nails, like as you can just like look at his hand as it's there because you got a 15 passive.
Yeah.
Very well manicured, very well taken care of, and you can just see these like. So, a friend of mine has just sent me a message that's entirely thrown me off. If they're watching you, son of a bitch. That's fucking got me. Somebody clip that, please. You want to send them
Yes,
later.
strike
'cause
the DM.
it worked. It worked, you fucker. Somebody clip that. So, I think they know I stream at this time.
You tweeted it.
I know
Yeah,
I
you
did,
did.
but they don't follow me on Twitter.
Yeah.
They don't have a Twitter. You
Well, then they should.
motherfucker.
Well, then they should follow me on Twitch.
Hey.
Yes, they should.
Follow Blue Sky Wolf 09 on twitch.tv.
So,
Plug.
Plug.
as he shakes your hand, his nails are very well fined and trimmed. Only one of them is elongated, like only like slightly. But that's more like you know for yourself from your own experiences, like very delicate work that you would be doing. Sometimes you just need something where you can just get that little bit of a leverage that you wouldn't get from a tool, but you can from a nail. It's very dignified and very well kept are his clothes and maintained. He's wearing the same attire he had on last night as he's speaking, and it's like, I would go with further introductions, but I will sooner show you what I actually mean. And he just like steps over towards a smaller workshop. He's got his larger like actual desk, and he's got a smaller one to the side, and you can just see there's like a small frame that's holding up the actual bolt in it, and there's small bits of glass that are on the table. So it's a steel frame, but the actual bolt head itself has glass in it to hold the liquid, so that once it pierces skin, the trauma and the force of that would cause the poison to erupt in. It's a nasty bit of work, but I've seen only a few people actually apply this level of effort into it. It's you're dealing with someone who was not expecting you, perhaps, but was definitely capable or prepared to deal with someone. When did you actually encounter this person?
I believe it was around when we were taking her home. Which
It was pretty late, yeah.
I say,
I don't think I saw any of you until the morning. Early hours.
yeah, probably about just after midnight.
Okay, well, whoever this is probably not
You look
going
like
to
you want to interject there.
I'm not there. I can't say anything.
Yes, Miss Notes, you can't, and I love it.
Y'all need to take better notes.
I'm sorry, I was disassociating.
You're
I wasn't
excused.
there. I wasn't there in the first.
It's called I
happened,
Don't Have
so-
Notebook. It's all in here. This iron trap right here.
This leaky iron trap that a crab could escape out of.
Shut it.
I would, but it keeps fucking opening up again. Just as he's speaking, so whoever this was, and you just begin hearing a horse outside, and you hear somebody shouting from outside. Get out of town, you fucker! One of the windows breaks, and you see a Molotov flying inward.
Oh shit.
I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Can I use a reaction to eat it?
Eat?
No.
You can't just eat a Molotov.
No, you cannot.
Eat it or eat it.
He said eat, but he cannot, so make a dexterity saving throw.
Alright, that's fine.
Oh, those two are like, fuck that.
Oh,
Okay.
King. Oh, loyalty.
Oh no.
Loyalty is too gay.
I can do something, hang on.
Don't tell me you've got something for that too.
Maybe? Hang on.
Your homebrew princess class.
Do I get my reaction? It's an
Okay,
actual
good.
reaction spell.
Depends what. Yeah, you would have a reaction to do something.
Super boy.
Hey.
There it is.
You're
Where are
assuming
my
it's
dice?
normal fire.
Where are my- There's
If it's
my
radiant,
D6.
we're all fucked.
This is necro fire.
There it is. My
Oh,
D6
nice.
of 6. Don't need that many, but I need this many. I will say immediately, by the way, King and Low failed, everyone else succeeded. Ooh! Oh! That's 4 6s.
Ooh.
24.
9. 33 points of fire damage.
Oh,
Because the thing is, the Molotov kicks in, but as the Molotov kicks
may
in,
May I interject for a second?
it's fire damage, and you're a tiefling, so you would have
Yeah.
it.
and we half. Did we make the save, I assume?
Yes, you guys do. So everyone who, thankfully, you all have some form
Everybody
of
has
avoid,
something to halve it.
because the problem is the Molotov wasn't what really started a big fire that hit you guys, but the fact that he had chemicals out that are definitely not meant to touch fire. Well, they are once, not right now. And there's just an explosion as the board is literally taken off of its handles, and blown outward as you guys all storm out and into the open space. And this rider is already like maybe 80 foot down the road on horseback, just running. or
80 foot.
riding.
How many people are around him?
There
Is
isn't
he
many.
like by himself?
Yes, he's by himself on the horseback.
Can I judge that there's like a 20-foot gap around him?
Well, I mean, there's maybe 10 foot in the road.
I'm going to cast Fireball above him and try and just hit him in the horse.
Ooh. Make a deck save on a
Uh,
horse, bitch.
Well, you probably won't be able to, but you're
So-
definitely going to hit the buildings if you do this, I will say. You hit the buildings on one side because he's coming. Essentially, he's running down. What way should I say this?
Sorry, I DC'd for a second. What's happening?
Oh, he got
Fireball.
hit by a
Yeah, I got that much.
he's like say here, and there's like you know
How
what?
far
Because
away is he, and how many of us can see him?
so currently this is not to scale, but he would be about here. This would be 80 foot away from you. So I would say that there is going to be space from this building, and there's nothing but sand dunes here. So you could probably throw a fireball at him if you
No,
want.
in that case, what I'll do... No, I won't do that. I will do a Scorching Ray at his horse.
Okay, you're going to take the horse out from under him. Go ahead.
And I will begin running after.
I'd like to cast tags.
Jesus Christ, guys.
If,
Unfortunately,
You're
if
just
I
gonna
could
throw
ask
Molotov
if,
at them right away?
Yeah, that's the plan. First the second and the third hit.
for the 17 and 11, I assume. you mean.
17 and 11 hit. Yeah.
Can I just get a triple check on that damage for the
You
first
I
roll?
did
have to
reduce
go.
it because your fire damage. It's 33 damage reduced to 6.
Okay.
16. Yeah.
15? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't I couldn't remember exactly what you said, so I
It's 16
Yeah,
you
I
take.
didn't hear it either.
Everyone takes 16. But wow. Exact numbers. Has 13 health. It's riding horse. As he's running away on the horseback, just the two flames. One of them like skitters out and just hits a barrel and just rolls a barrel out of the way, and then the other two hit the horse. The guy goes flying off of the horse and lands into the dirt, and he's maybe he'll be at this stage he'll be 80 foot from you. He got knocked another 10 off the side of the horse. The horse is dead. It's smoldering.
Yep.
As Quentin comes out, he's immediately trying to put himself out, but he's actually covered in fire.
I'm gonna book it after this guy.
Quentin is screaming. You guys are running after this guy, and he just looks into the actual building and just begins casting out. And you guys anyone who's left or nearby this just sees a gout of water just splash in, and just the entire thing just dwells out, even though he's still covered in fire. The fire is being put out a little bit by the rain, but he just runs towards the river as you guys are leaving.
Am I
so-
within 90 feet of the guy that was on the horse?
You would be, yes.
Yeah, wouldn't be.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, you are. And you can, yeah. So what do you want to give him?
Check.
Dex or Charisma? Charisma.
Charisma, okay. So he'll, for anything where he's trying to lie, or
Yep.
deceive, or
Mm.
charm, or anything. Okay, so he's running, and you guys are maybe 60 feet away from him as he's going to double dash, and he is still booking it. He's booking it towards up.
At the 60-foot point, is that after we've run? Do I get another action at that point?
He
or-
would have had to get up, which would have halved his movement, so he'd only been able to dash to 30. And you guys, I imagine you would have dashed after him, maybe?
Yeah, I was dashing.
I
You were
would-
dashing, you took an action, so you were only moved.
So I'd be 30 foot back.
You,
I think Nemo was
you
trying to
would
say
be
something.
30. Yes, what's up, King?
Could I have an action?
Can
He
I have an
is-
action, please?
Hey, Ray of Frost!
Reduces movement speed by 10, and. Woo! Hang on, I need to check his stats. Also, yes, I did intend to throw a Molotov and run.
No,
No running.
Please, the
Now at dash,
Running by the pool.
a total of 20 feet less
20 feet less on his dash. Oh, so he'd
Yeah.
only have been able to get 10
because
foot.
it's 10 feet of movement speed and dash just doubles.
Yeah, but he lost half his movement speed getting up. So he'd have had 30. That would have been. He would have had 10 total then by the time he got up. So, he'd
So
only
we
been
just
able
walk over and
to
grab
dash
him.
20. So he's dashed 20. He's still up. He's still alive. And you guys are within a dash's distance of him. So you're going to try and blast him again.
So we're within 60 foot. That's a dash distance of him.
I will say Wittick is and Posey is because you did a bonus action and you just dashed. So I say you two would have been dashing.
Okay, if I can get within 60 foot of him, then let me know. So I want to cast a spell.
You're gonna still be a little bit away by the time he
Yeah.
gets up and starts
Yeah.
running. So basically, it's gonna be him doing his dash. So because he got knocked off his horse, he was 90 feet away from you. King, you walked up and you did your thing before he could get back up. He got back up, can only move 20. So by the time Wittick moves 60, I would say that he's only one turn away from you guys. So Wittick, you could dash to get close to him right now. You could probably get on top of it.
Yeah, I'd probably dash then and grapple him.
You've had to dash. You won't be able to grab him. So
Okay.
you've basically gotten as close as you can.
Okay. Yeah. I'll dash up to him and go, how about you stop running, or I will take you down myself.
Make an intimidation check.
That's
As
That's a 19.
Oof!
Oh god, you rolled a.
Poor man.
You guys just watch as essentially the equivalent of RoboCop being set on fire just goes. You see, he's just,
Stop moving, or I will destroy you.
Cease.
Cease your
arson,
movement.
attempted murder, damage of public property, disregard for speed limits within city limits. You can see he's got like this skull cap on. He's got like the lower half of a face guard. He kind of like rings around the neck, and a cloak. But he's also got like a face mask on that was hiding. And Wittig, you do recognize this was the guy who was watching you a lot earlier. And as he gets blasted in the leg, and he realizes that King is just there waiting to blast again, and everyone else is moving his way up. He's not going to run. So instead, he's going to try and knock.
Gonna try what? Sorry.
You're trying to attack me.
Yeah. Excuse me. I done the hiccup. He's going to swing at you twice with his mate.
Okay.
You're getting involved in business that you do not need. And 19.
19? No.
That doesn't hit you. Oh fuck. Oh yeah, I forgot you're a Warforged and you're a shield and you're heavied. So you just watch as he like swings the club at you once and just ding, and he swings it at you again. You catch it like.
Stop that.
By this
That's
point, I'm
annoying.
gonna say everyone else gets up to him.
I would recommend putting the weapon down.
You don't know what'll happen to me if he finds out.
You don't want to know what I'll do to you if you don't tell me what the fuck's going on.
If who finds out?
Looks like he's gonna bolt. I'll do something.
He's not gonna bolt. You watch as he begins reaching, like very quickly. He reaches for something at his side, Wittig, and pulls out a knife and goes to
I
his
slap
own
him.
throat with it.
I'll cast command.
I slap it out of his hands before he even gets it off.
I'm gonna say, make a dexterity check, both of you, to react faster than he, because he is literally trying to slit his own throat.
14.
What about me and my
I
mage
was-
hand?
I was
11.
going to try
Oh!
something
I
there,
think
but
mage hand is.
Don't think we need to.
I think
Any
we're
chance
alright.
wouldn't have been able to resist somebody.
Yeah, you're right.
This would have been like if he had it on his side, but hadn't reached for it yet. You would have been able to take it off, but you didn't. Command, you tell him to drop it, and as you do that, you just see like, boom, big meaty-handed, well, not meaty, more metally handed. Wittig just grabs his wrist and just pins him.
Now, I'm going to ask one more time. Who are you trying to protect? And if you don't tell me, I'm breaking this arm.
I cast that. That's
Okay, so it's a charisma saving throw on a guy with no charisma modifier. What's your D?
We all have
15.
to make that, right?
Oh God. Yes, actually, every creature within the
Yes,
space has to
everybody
make
does.
it. So,
That's
and,
credit this one.
fun fact, he failed by 1, so he is under the effective zone. Good Christ, Wittig! I wish I had your stats on fucking Thane.
Don't know
Wait.
what your DC is, Bruno.
15, so you're fine.
Strictly I'm in it. Do I have to save to my own spell?
Yes.
Technically, yes.
Solely because it's Zone of Truth, you do. You're fine.
It's your
It's my own spell. Fuck it off.
The Warlock Bard is the one who's like, I'll pass a charisma save. Never mind.
Yeah, Loyalty is the only one that failed out of us.
Not the only one, but okay. But the thug has also failed. As you begin saying that, he looks towards you and he's like, there's a clear indication that he doesn't want to talk.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2.
What?
What?
on the second wicket.
Oh!
Ah!
Oh. Go on. Go then.
Snap it yet or not?
No, I didn't snap it yet.
You're like,
Come on, boy. Out with the truth. Come on.
His name is K. And you can just see there's a bolt through his mouth, pinning him to the wall you had him against.
Motherfucker!
Fuck!
I turn around and see where the bolt came from.
You turn around and there's nothing but darkness around all of you.
Darkness, you
Cheat.
say?
Darkness,
As in magical darkness.
as in magical darkness.
As in the one thing that I'm good against, as I do my channel divinity and spell magical darkness within 30
This is
foot of me.
Runara session. Runara's like,
Watch
"This
as
is really
Runara
great
just.
for a whole session. It's my time."
It's my turn to use the save.
Would healing this person do any good, or is he like dead?
Oh no, there's a bolt through his neck, like straight up, like broke his spinal cord at the neck, through the mouth, dead.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
dead.
Also, if there is any enemies within, I mean, hold on, a creature. Yeah, if there is any hostile creatures within 30 feet of me, they also take
There
2d10
is
damage.
not. As you look around, there's nobody.
Smoke bombed him around.
Well,
You do what, sorry?
That's not a good sign.
But you did get the first name at least.
which was
Can we get the
Hey.
spelling?
Cage. Okay.
And I'm not telling you how to spell because you're not seeing it written down.
Well, yeah.
Can't hear it very well. Cage, did you say?
Cage.
Cage. Right.
He's busy getting shot in the neck.
Yeah, you're
it was sort of hard to hear.
Cage.
I will quickly check his body.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Guidance.
I would
Nah.
suggest that we get back to the tavern as quickly as we can.
Fetch
That's
the guard
what
and
it'd
bring
be
them
for.
here.
No, don't bring the
Oh.
card. I'll
With
take the
guidance.
We'll take the body with us.
Okay. I'll
Pray tell, why would I not be bringing the guard?
They're there somewhere.
Close the guard will take him, and tomorrow I can speak to this guy. Or try to.
You do not have the authority to take a corpse.
Okay, that's actually a 10 investigation.
Okay.
I mean,
As you guys are discussing this, you can just smell cooking, like something like flesh cooking, which you guys all recognize the smell of. As a burnt Quentin is stepping up towards you, he's got second-degree burns on his jaw and down his neck that you can see is already healing as he's just straightening his tie, very frustratedly.
Sorry
was this the
about that,
perpetrator?
Q.
Yes. Was.
Okay.
Was-
He reaches out and grabs them and begins pulling them back towards his shop. Come if you wish.
Well, I was just gonna say I probably figure like I would have made pulled the bolt out of his fucking skull before he.
Now he
started-
reached and straight up like snapped the bolt off the wall, gripping this guy's neck and pulled him with it. You can just tell there's like tension in his neck as he's pulling it. He's not happy.
Yeah.
And he's
How far-
dragging this guy by the collar and by the back of the neck.
how far were you from the tavern?
Pick some space.
You're about 10 minutes from the tavern, but he's pulling this towards his shop.
As I have stated, I will retrieve the guards. As this has happened in town, they have authority on this matter.
Make a charisma saving throw,
Me?
King. Yes, you. You watch as Quentin looks towards you. That won't be necessary. And you think, that won't be necessary.
He just Jedi mind tricked you.
Wow.
Take it that wasn't a spell or anything.
That wasn't a spell, no. But you do believe this is a guy you can trust.
These
Yeah.
are not the guys. This is not the body you care about.
I'm not sure if this is a guy I can trust, but this must not be necessary because the guards must already know. That's the only way that could logically work in my brain.
It works out in your brain in the way that it's fine. Yeah, no,
Yeah, it's
surely.
fine.
With all this commotion, surely the guards know.
Yep.
To be honest, King, this is kind of a situation where if the gods did in fact know about it, it would probably be solved already.
As he pulls the body in, and the door has been entirely blown off of it from just the concussive explosion that happened, because this was a very small space, was almost all of his stands and chemicals, his ingredients, have all been destroyed. The guy's livelihood just got fucking blown.
Well, if you're looking for a new place of vacation,
Wittick,
we'll
thank you.
talk about this later. Yes.
He just like grabs like one of the stands that was like on top of a small like desk space and just pushes it, and it just crumples away and falls off to the side before he lifts the body up onto the table. None of you saw me do this.
Of course.
Oh,
As he reaches into his
Understood.
bag and pulls out a tome. Not my main profession, but something that I've been drumming with for a while. I don't do this aside from the fact that it has its uses when you're traveling alone. And he just like scrums through it and just begins taking out a few small ingredients from his pouch that seemed thankfully unburned. This is messy work, but he doesn't have a choice in the matter, and he just takes out some small incense and just begins burning it over this guy's nose, just like mumbling some. And the voice just like, you just watch their chest like inhales, but as it does, he just puts his like finger on its throat, and you can tell like there's almost like a convulsion in the body. It just goes, "You're going to talk. You're going to say what they want, and then you're going to speak to me." And he like lifts the finger off, and he motions for you to ask. So any one of you who want to ask something, ask.
Seems we got cut off when we last talked. You were saying Cage. What's the other name?
Cage Lobo, the broken bolt.
Ah. Right. Cage Lobo. Bolt. Okay. Is he like a criminal underlord here, or?
He hired us. Some of us, others follow willingly. Some serve glad.
Interesting.
Dick.
I'm not sure if you said sick or dick.
Both.
Why not both?
You guys have any questions?
Maybe try and find out how we can find him or where he is, or
I was gonna say, ask him who he was targeting.
You guys.
Well, I figured if group conversation, it would be a case of
Yeah.
yeah, go on.
who are you targeting?
Your party. You saw too much last night. You have 2 questions left.
I'm gonna step outside.
Okay. As you do, you can see that there's like maybe 60, 80 feet away, like coming from different sides, there are guards now approaching.
Okay.
Which you notice were suspiciously absent.
I'm gonna do something, but I'll let you finish what we're doing inside first.
So basically, ask these next 2 questions.
I'm trying to think.
There's something I want to say, but like I wasn't there last night, so I wouldn't know.
You can say it out of character to remind people who were there if you want.
Was he there for like what was happening last night when when you guys all stumbled across it? I wonder.
Oh,
Like,
awesome. Yeah, okay. Were you part of the group that we saw yesterday? That were in a back alley trying to take a woman, it seemed?
Sacrifice.
right.
Oh, we're dealing with some cult shit. Okay.
Yeah, this is some cult shit.
Ah, that clears everything up.
Alrighty.
2.
You have one
Perhaps
question
we should
left.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Can I
very clear.
can I talk to the
Where-
group rather than directly
where-
to him? To
So you're saying
Yeah.
you're suggesting questions, not directly asking.
Yes.
So you're being like,
Yes.
Wishick, maybe you should say this, and
Yeah.
then it's not a question.
perhaps we should inquire with him how we would go about finding his superior.
That is a great question, King. I was actually just about
Better than
to
mine.
ask that. Where would we be able to find your this cage person and or the cult that he apparently seems to run?
Find the priest of the mob. As he's trying to speak, water begins guttering out of his mouth.
Oh, not this bullshit again.
And you just watch as his body literally begins to liquidate before he just collapses. His physical form now but a big salty bloody mess. Well, not bloody because even the blood has been literally turned to seawater.
Interesting. Alright. So we need to find the priest of Moth, he said?
I got more.
Ah, Moth.
Got moat.
I heard George Clooney. Who else heard George Clooney? I heard the Motley Crue with Empire here.
Yeah, because it was kind of like on that end of like.
There's a
Out of character,
reason.
my internet is really fucking up. Like,
Yeah.
I'm catching like maybe every third sentence.
I'm so sorry.
I got Moor, as in MOOR, or more, MOR.
That's
But
probably
this is me being Welsh and interpreting that as C, MOR, because more in Welsh is C.
find the priest of the sea. God, that makes sense. It would make sense. Fuck. All right. Okay.
But it would work for more as well.
Yeah, that too. You're probably correct on that because my fucking brain is just like.
As you guys are talking, and you guys get your final question, and the body just dissipates onto the floor, mingling with the ash that's there, and it's mess. Renara, guards begin approaching.
Just as I step out, I want to cast Send in to Kika.
Okay, you cast sending to Kika. What do you say to Kika?
Kika, are you safe? We were just attacked by the crossbow. Crossbow is one word. Crossbow guys.
You say crossbow. Crossbow's one word. Crossbow guys.
You can reply to this
Another one.
message.
You can reply to this.
or you save a couple of
No,
words and
too
just
late.
say,
Too late. He
Said
used
it.
it. He used all his words. Then
we were just
said it.
attacked by the gang.
Kika, you receive this message while you're talking with Sarah.
Yeah, she just sort of like looks around and like looks out the window, probably sees the plume of smoke, and then it's just immediately like, oh God, are you okay? What happened? And then eventually it probably just cuts off because she stammers so much that she uses up the word limit in like less than 10 seconds. So it's like jumble, 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 panic, panic, and then it just cuts off. So, oh God, are you okay? What happened? Do you need us to cut? And then it just cuts off because she ran out of words.
Great.
God, never great character. It's wonderful.
I guess I'll start heading towards the inn.
Guards
guards
stop
don't
you
stop me,
and
yeah.
ask you what the fuck's going on.
Just a simple mishap. I think it was a chemical mishap. The point is, he had a lot of flammable items out. You might want to check with him. It's his shop.
You look inside, and then you just see like everyone is around it. You could just hear like a massive splash. You know, like the equivalent of like 3 buckets just getting dunked, kind of thing, from inside. You're looking over in confusion. It's just water is just splattered all over the floor.
I think we got the last of the fire.
Make it.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to prestidigitate some of the ash away. And
God damn you and your good rolls, you fuckers! I want you to fail. Damn it, fail! It's
No!
funnier.
No!
We refuse.
I refuse!
Son of a bitch.
I'm going to attempt to leave if I can. If the guards don't stop me.
So with this conversation, Quentin steps out and begins speaking to them, and as he does, you guys then make your way back to the fishmonger and the
Yeah,
gladiator.
I was gonna say, if they're distracted, I'm going with Runara.
Yeah, just like, alright, you have a good... And I'll, just before I leave, I'll go,
Everything is under control.
Quentin, if you need anything, here, and I'll let
I
him...
find you.
Well, no. I'll give him a spare key to the shop of the great Roman Nomarin, and if you happen to be in Tribor, stop in, do what you need to.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
You seem very well.
Well,
In terms of...
aside from the fire, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's... Shit
My
happens.
livelihood and, yeah.
Widget, come on.
Yeah.
King
But
King
in
will-
any case, yeah, just stop by. You'll be out.
King will remain to report to the guards.
Oh, fuck.
Quentin is reporting to the guards, so you don't need.
If they don't have any particular questions for me, I'll just say you can find us at such and such tavern if you have further.
Yeah, you are hushed away as this is happening, and Quentin
Yep.
is. You can tell he's like distracted, clearly, and emotional because, firstly, his place got blown up, and then the guy who blew up his place turned into water.
Hmm.
So, past perceptions are 14 and 15.
11.
I only look at people who I know are the highest,
Oh,
which is
Posey.
Clay.
I am also here.
I am here. Unfortunately, I am also dumb.
Yeah, my passive perception is 50.
Yay, I'm rocking
Yes.
a 10.
what I will say
Bitch squad.
what I will say is, if we do approach the tavern, Lo is going to be incredibly hesitant to go back in, and we'll try and sort of style it out, trying to sort of just go, oh yeah, I just want to get I just want to get some air for a while, you know, because of the whole fire thing and shit. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Uh,
If you-
Probably a
if
good
you're
idea
gonna-
to keep watch out here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to get some air, do you want to check on our mules? They should be around back somewhere.
Yeah. Sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
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 And I'll go rushing upstairs to
I'm going with Runa.
the gang.
You can hear panicked flapping.
Oh god, they're all dead!
What's going on? I don't know what to do.
You just hear like
Wait.
stomping up the stairs as this is going on. You're like, ah!
They're coming for me now! Ah!
What do we do? I don't want to go, but we have to go and make sure that they're okay.
It's gone already. There's Wittick, somewhat singed.
Oh god. She just like
Deflate.
Yeah, basically.
Kind of like rubbing the ash off. Oh dear. Hello.
We want to preface this conversation by saying that everything is fine.
Yeah, we're okay.
Everything is fine. Sorry.
We should just,
You hear that from downstairs from an outside window. Everything is fine.
Fine.
we should just like stay here where it's safe and how about everybody just doesn't go outside anymore. How about that? That's unsafe.
Hey, look, we're okay.
It's the room and says,
A little fire.
I just need space to put everything on this
you have been having a rough time, haven't you? Would you like
No.
me... Would you like a joke to help alleviate the stress?
Yes.
An individual got into a fight with 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. The odds were against them.
And that's how we're ending the session. Bye.
Yeah, let's end that. We've lost the paladin. Let's just end the session.
I need to know. Do you have like a Google Doc? Do you have some sort, or are they just?
Is it
in
like
your...
one of them little books that you get at like gift
No,
shops?
they're just jokes I've heard at some point. The bad ones. I think it's all in the King's delivery. That's what really sells.
Yeah, it's the delivery that does it.
Jesus Christ.
Windmill project.
Yes, yes, it does.
Oh, wow.
Just building a nice looking windmill.
Okay, now we're not panicked anymore. Should we continue this conversation?
I literally had to walk away there. I was like,
Yeah, you did.
Let's go process.
I'm the DM. I can't walk away.
just
I'll
fucking.
spend a bit of time to basically explain exactly what's happened today
Windmill, I just need to
in our journeys.
Yeah.
I'll we'll explain about the deal with the trader, and we'll explain about the would-be arsonist.
Well, we were just sat
I
here.
mean, technically, I think he's
Serenus
still in.
was helping. He went and got some breakfast for Kayak, even though Kayak didn't really want to eat it, but he helped. Which is nice.
I mean, it's how I was taught. You know, here comes the dragon.
I told you he doesn't appreciate that.
It's fine, it's
No,
fine.
he really doesn't like that.
I will
Happy.
take
He's
your
fine. See,
fingers.
look at him. Look at him. He's
I will
happy.
take your fingers one by one.
That you can shock.
Boop. No.
We've all been getting along.
Yeah, but we've had a
I
better
think
day than
that's-
you, I think.
Oh, it changes the speed.
I mean, you had to spend the morning with him, so.
Serenus, you
Oh,
yeah.
it's really
10
nice.
points of piercing damage as you get bit on the finger.
10 piercing. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a beak.
It's a beak.
Kayak, he's trying to help. He doesn't mean anything by it.
I told him to stop it. Respect my distance, bitch.
As part of this, a long conversation we're having, can we have a short rest?
Not.
Short rest, please.
Short rip, please.
Please.
So, warlocks of the group, you get back your spell slots. So, I know you did a lot there, Kika, so you get them all back.
I know. It's the emotional damage.
If that's the case,
It's the
then
trauma.
while
Well, for
I'm
him.
outside, I'll use a warlock spell slot to cast cure wounds on myself, which will be and I'll take the short rest in the place where I told you death.
That's fair. Also, I know they're bad, but it's a D6, not a D4, Nemo, so...
Oh yeah, the D4 thing.
Oh yeah,
Put it at max
the
from
hit
that,
die
so.
reset.
But it's fine.
So,
Hit die for warlocks is a D8.
D8.
Thank you.
Wait,
Also-
can I do a hit dice now to heal
Yeah.
myself?
yeah, we're doing a short rest.
Weird. I changed it in the settings and it's still doing a D.
No, you gotta click the actual thing next to the actual hit die button.
Give me a sec. I'll find your
You
card.
gotta like
see
change
where
it and change it back or
I
something.
found it.
Yeah.
You got it? Okay. I'll let you re-roll a few there, King, because it's kind of unfair.
Whoa!
That's right.
Okay, so yeah, we just need to like stay in here until Kayak is better, and then we can go and just leave this nasty mean place because it's not very nice here.
Yeah, I mean, Kayak might take a little bit of time to get better.
No, he will. Yeah, we have to wait for him to get better first, and then we can go.
Yeah,
What actually
probably.
happened? Hang on, what happened?
We're probably looking weeks. Your friend with the crossbow showed up again.
What did he get? Did he get
Did anyone else get hit?
No, we're fine.
We brush soot off of clothing.
Long
What
story
happened? I
short,
heard it. We heard an explosion, but we.
someone.
I thought it was
from-
Ceratus's bowel movements.
No, long story short, someone blew up the alchemist shop. We was
Oh,
all
God.
inside. It hurt,
Oh,
but we're okay. We got the person, did it, and we spoke to them, and then someone shot them with a crossbow in the neck. And now we're gonna hopefully go after that person. We've got a name. We know sort of what we're looking for.
Looking for? We don't want to look for them.
Well,
Yeah, I'm with
they were
Kika on this
targeting
one.
us
Why? We didn't do anything.
because of last night.
Because we
It
saw
has to
too
be
much.
said that this stuff certainly needs investigating, but I must remind us that we are on a
Yeah, and if we don't deal with this, they'll probably follow us and keep looking for us and trying to kill us. It's pretty
Do you
safe for us.
concur on that, Matt?
It's probably safe for us. I admit it will take some time out of our journey, but we should try our best to deal with this today, if we can.
If it is what we all believe is strategically the best course of action, I would agree that we should look further into this.
Oh no, that doesn't sound very safe.
Hey, we'll be fine.
Are we though? Cake's
mean-
been really badly hurt, and you guys got set on fire.
I mean, we're still here.
use your carrot from the bed. Oh, 100% successful trip. First thing
Well,
up.
it
No,
was-
I'm not.
All we'll do is find the people that did this to us and make them stop doing this to us. Should be pretty simple.
Yeah. I'm a little worried by the whole.
Kika, I
Sounds-
believe it would be better to be honest with you. We are all in danger. We are in the midst of a war.
Is that supposed to make you
I
feel
mean-
better? Because it doesn't.
Probably not.
I'm afraid there is little to make you feel better in the truth. However, know that in such circumstances, the best course of action is often not hiding away from the danger, but rather facing.
I like what she says.
Unfortunately, that does mean we might need to borrow you for a little while. Kika.
No, I have to stay here.
Kika. He just looks at Wittick. Help me up to Just help him up.
Aw.
Alright. He just like gets up to look at you at eye level. Listen. If I'm always around you, you're never gonna learn to fly by yourself.
That's not true, and you know it.
That is
I mean,
very
I was
true.
actually already fly, so.
Oh, it's not literal, you metal piece of shit. Give me a break here. I'm not at my best.
Exactly.
Given the circumstances, I believe we could request a guard presence to guard our friend here.
I don't trust guards here. I do, however, trust a certain man of the bestial formalities.
He certainly would be capable of protecting.
I mean, he could just sit in that corner. Anything that comes in it gets eaten. So,
Not only that, we need to talk to him also about for you.
He also has legal authority.
his legal authority more turns to the case of if he's been sent, it kind of means he's probably been sent by the king, but it's not an official mission. He's one of those off the book
Black
kind
Ops.
of guys.
I am familiar with
No. Nezinar's the Black Ops. You don't find Nezinar's paper trail. This guy, you find his paper trail more body.
Either way, he has the authority of the king, and that is enough for me.
It's the authority of being a big bastard nobody in this town could take on.
Exactly. Which is why I would rather well, not rather, but feel fine leaving him here, keeping you company while we go and deal with whatever occult shit is out there.
What?
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 Nothing about a cult.
You said something about a cult.
No, it's not a
Wittick,
cult.
sometimes you should just.
Cool.
If you close the mouth, things don't come out.
Sorry, the gears are fucked up because of the smiling, so.
Somebody say a cult.
I just imagine Sarah.
Oh, you're awake now.
So now
Yeah,
there's
he's
a
just
cult.
It's just a guess.
Like this lesson less.
That sounds great. We're going.
I will also have my maids attend to your brother.
Yeah, don't. If there's a cult. And he just like watches a brief moment of him looking at Kika, and he just like turns to Wittick. If she goes, you fucking watch her. Don't come back to me without her. Because if you do, you're dead, man. But whatever the fuck.
Seeing as I have not left you two since I have been here, I don't think that would be happening anyway.
Let's call it mortal emphasis and paranoia and fear because it's my sister.
Okay.
I will also leave Cat by his side, so should they need to send us a message,
Fuck!
they will be capable of doing so.
Ass! Titties! Ass and titties!
Jesus.
I see he has picked up some colourful language.
I feel like I'm being outvoted on this.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not gonna be happy about it.
We're not happy about it either. But some things have got to be done.
Now, is Gregor still
Still
down in
can-
the...
Can't.
Okay.
No, I don't know. That's where we left him, right?
I'll
When
go
you
down.
passed him, he was on his knees working inside the carts.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go down and give a bit of conversation to him.
Yeah, as you're there, he's just working on some sort of potion right now. Like he's working on some sort of like mortar and pestle. Like
What you doing?
making a contingency plan.
With an axle.
What's Whoa! You've been set on.
Less set on fire and more caught in an explosion.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you've probably heard it.
That
you
was Morbus, by the way.
What? You probably heard it. Basically, there was about 2 explosions about some time ago. Basically, what's his face again?
You better remember, motherfucker.
Oh no, I do. It's just actually getting.
Oh no, I do.
No, it is actually literally getting the.
Should we connect?
Carry on.
So your friend, this thing, Quentin von Krieger, Muselpitz. I'm probably saying it wrong.
Von Krieger Muselpets. Yes.
We were having to buy a shop. We're talking to him. I happened to see
He's got
somebody.
a lot of good healing potions in that. Ask him on my favor. I'll pay him off later for those stuff.
About that.
Oh no.
That was one of the explosions. So, because again, I'll continue the story here. Basically, we're having to buy a shop. I happened to notice somebody out of the corner of my eye. Didn't think anything of it. Then here, apparently the dude threw a Molotov through the window. It blew the place up. We caught him. Some other things happened. He got a bolt through the head.
You shot him. You had to get information from him.
Yeah, the huge. Quentin.
This isn't the huge. This is your first time.
I figured it was the huge for you.
No, because when people try to shoot at things that I want to make sure stay alive, I usually take the hit.
Well, we didn't see where it actually came from, but because magical darkness and whatnot.
Fuck. Right. You're dealing with someone who.
Yeah, called shit.
That's a rep. Wait,
Possibly. What? Fuck. Yeah, no.
If you try to walk away from me, I'll take your knees.
No, I'm not gonna walk. But yeah, no. Apparently, possible cult shit. Find the priest of the Moor. He said, which I have no idea where to go off on that. But if we were gonna go after this whole thing, we were wondering if you could maybe stay and look after Karak while we're gone. And also, Quentin happened to suggest maybe getting a small sample of your blood to dilute to then put into Karak to help him.
No, that would not work for him at all.
Interesting.
Believe me when I say that my blood is not something anyone else should have. There's a reason it more or less
That's what it
burns
does.
when it hits the ground. It's no, just no.
Right.
That's a curse that nobody else should have, and don't think he realized that.
Right. Yeah, because otherwise, so yeah, it's either we go after this, whole cult bullshit kind of things, or we wait for Carrick to be slightly better healed, and then go on our journey back up to the north.
Getting any better, I might need to get him taken back to Neverwinter, or take him back myself. He can be treated there much better than he can at this backwater.
Which may be a thing we might do.
Damn.
Although I know Kika would not like to be away from her brother that long.
Yep. But I might just have to take him for his own well-being, because he's stable right now, but he could get worse. And if he gets worse, I want him near people who are very experienced with this, despite popular belief. As much as he might have had the moniker of the Black Spider, Nezanar does know a lot about antitoxins too.
Well, yeah, you kind of have to know what you're using.
You'd be surprised how many people don't know how to fix the problem. It's like a pyromancer that doesn't know how to turn off fire.
Sounds like a Dragonborn somewhere. Anyway.
You get an oil bleed out your nose.
Interesting.
Must be from a blown faucet from the fight earlier.
Yeah. Blown a head gasket,
Yeah.
Leaking a bit of oil. But yeah, so
I'm going to go take care of Carrick then, if the kids are going to go. You have still got your whistle. But if things go awry and things go very, and I mean very bad, either make sure Kika blows hers, or blow her one yourself. That one's got more magic in it, and I'm probably going to be able to spot or tell where it's coming from if shit goes awry. But big city will take me a while to get there.
Yeah.
Well, it's not big, but it's, I know quick fights can fucking go. Right. Okay, and he just like pulls himself up, like he's been working as he's been going, and he just like slides it all into a small flask, like it's more like just like a small like single like thin flask. He just like puts it onto his belt, picks up the great sword from the side of the cart, and just starts making his way into the actual.
Okay.
As he makes his way up, imagine some of you guys are still there as you make your way in to the room, like just at the silhouette of the actual door is just Gregor, as he just looks around. Okay, it's boys' night. Everyone else out.
Okie dokie. I leave the room.
Yep. The maids will be in their room should you require their assistance.
Noted.
And Cat is a boy, so he will be joining.
There's more about this thing that. Who am I kidding? I worked for Legacy. I'm not surprised. Starchild. He just looks straight towards you, Kika. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
You let us know right away if we need to come back.
And you let me know right away if you need me. And he just like points towards like where you have it like tucked away with your. You blow that the moment something goes awry. Just make sure that I'll be there, but it'll take me a little bit to get to you. And he just like sits down like on the other bed because there's two beds to this room, and you can just see that. As you guys make your way out, the door gets closed, and you just hear, "Be fine." That's where we're gonna end the session.
Yay!
Yay!
He died!
Bullshit!
There's a reason I said that this session could have happened without more people last week.
I don't know what you're talking about. Me and Ollie were having a party.
I know you
Yeah,
were.
I was. Yeah, I was. Wait, we had nothing to do, so we were just.
We were just role playing in the chat.
And so as well, even without that, they had integral roles.
It's good shit.
There was a lot of MVP roles there, yeah.
I know, dang. So it's actually a good evening for rolls for once.
Yeah. And you had.
It means tomorrow's gonna be shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say tomorrow
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll like dog shit.
I don't mind if Curls rolls like dog shit. We all need to roll well.
Cool, so I guess tune in next week when we're gonna go fight a fucking cult.
Yeah.
Baby's first cult!
Everything
Yeah,
is.
Well, yeah. Not only do we have to fight a cult, we gotta get it done in a day, so that way then we can go on an adventure
we
with
can
the.
go and get paid, yeah.
I'm calling it out, guys. I'm calling it now. Odds on, I accidentally joined the cult.
Don't do that.
Accidentally?
You really don't.
Please don't do that.
Oh, accidentally. Come on.
Don't accidentally join one of my cults. That's unhealthy.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna end the stream there, so, whew, that was fun. Hopefully next week we don't get exploded.
Again.
And, take care. Love you loads.
Bye.
Bye.